In this example, the count is a state function, and the state variables increment when the user increment the count, and the toggle is a set the variables the track whether the toggle button has been clicked or not. And use memo is used to optimize the performance of the expensive the component. In this case, the expensive loop, for example, I is equal to 0 and I less than IE7 is I plus plus, and result I is equal to result plus I, its result return the result. And the runs when it's expensive operation due to the large number of iterations. This use memo can ensure the computations only re-execute when the count is state changes. It will not runs against the toggle state changes even though the component re-entering. And this function is inside the use memo. The count does not changes. Use memo will return the previous compute values like expensive values and avoid the rerunning the expensive calculation buttons. And this is the buttons. The increment button, the button the count by one when they click, while which will trigger the recomputing the expensive values. And the toggle is a button, the toggle state, but it will not trigger the recomponent of the expensive values, but because it is not listened but the depends of use memo, the output the expensive the displaying on the pages, the showing the result of the expensive the component. You will see the logs in the console at the every time the calculating is done by the this is, and then click the increment as the increment, and the calculating the toggle is on, so calculating again. This is the toggle button say the display the clicking, the toggle will only updates the state without affecting the expensive values. Like use memo is used to memorize the values so that it's recomputing only every rerendering instead of the recomputing whenever the dependence changes. In this example, the expensive calculation is only recalculating the count of the state changes, making the component more efficient by the preventing unnecessary recalculation. And there is a slightly differences. The use callback and use memo hook. Use memo hook used to remember the functions or something high values without recalculating the when like charts. The use callback hook is remembering the function. If you have any function, it's remember the functions. That's the slightly difference of the use memo and use transaction hook.